So if you run lead gen forms on Meta and you've noticed a massive dip in performance, massive dip in conversion rate on the lead gen forms within Meta's ad platform itself, then this video is for you. So if you weren't aware, Meta rolled out a whole bunch of updates, the Andromeda AI algorithm being one of them. But there's been quite a few kind of smaller background changes as well that they've put into play. And one area that has been affected are lead gen forms, like the actual forms within Meta's platform itself. And as a result, yeah, conversion rate certainly has dipped. Obviously, it's not the sole reason why conversion rates have dipped using lead gen forms on the platform, but this is something to note, and I'm going to talk about some practical steps forwards as well off the back of these changes. So Meta is pushing things in a direction where they are limiting the amount of personal data that's being shared from the users of Meta itself over to the advertiser. They're wanting less kind of personal stuff being shared. And lead gen forms that are asking for some particular bits of information are being penalized directly from that. So firstly, if you are asking people for their mobile number, this has been hit quite hard. So you can still opt, you can have it on the form to opt to put in the mobile, or even have it as a mandatory field. But now moving forwards, the user has to do a text verification step. And that is just a whole nother point of friction being added to the process. The fact that now the user has to not only fill out this lead gen form and give over their mobile number, which adds some friction already for a lot of people, but now they have to faff with a verification code and everything just to be able to send off a form to sign up to whatever it is you're pushing, whether that is like a free trial or some free resource, or if it's literally just collecting direct leads that the sales team will then reach out to and book a demo with. Whatever it is, asking for mobile numbers, it's a tricky one, because for some people they're going to need it. It's going to be like detrimental to their campaign, for that whole process, especially if you're doing like local leads, or rather you're serving local businesses, so you need local leads, and say it's like contractors, I don't know, plumbers, whatever. They're not online, they're not on LinkedIn. They have email, but the best way to reach them and to stay in conversation with them is obviously over the phone. So naturally, you're going to want their mobile number. But now Meta have pushed this kind of forwards, and it's causing some disruption in that area. Now, obviously, if you're asking for a mobile number but you don't strictly need it, i.e. your ICP do exist, say, more online, say it's, B2B, and I don't know, you serve like finance companies and you got some SaaS for them or something, it's going to be easier to reach them over email, easier to reach them through LinkedIn as well. And you can always grab that number like later down the line. But, it does depend on your industry. If you are in that boat, just remove the mobile number from the form. It's not required, it's not really needed, and it is just going to hurt your performance. So you may see an uplift just from that change on its own. But lots of people are really, really struggling with the lead gen forms at the moment. And the best kind of practical step to improving your conversion rate on the amount of clicks that you're getting through to a form is to actually build your own landing page and rather direct traffic to your landing page, where you have full control over everything. That's ideal. And you'll be able to see, you install a tool like Clarity or whatever, and you can then literally track how users are behaving on your landing page, so you know exactly what needs to be changed, what needs to be optimized, at what point are people dropping off. Like, you get all of that data, so you can make better informed decisions and actually really strengthen and fix your landing page. You're then able to add a VSL at the top of the page. VSLs do a lot of work when it comes to the sales process and kind of building that initial trust and getting someone to actually sign up for, again, whether it's a free trial, downloading a resource. So yeah, build a landing page. And the thing, if you don't have one, and that's why you've been using the lead gen forms, or you do have one, but you're not so sure if it's going to be effective in actually converting traffic, you've not really tested it that much, just take the leap of faith. Take the leap of faith in either building one out from scratch. It doesn't have to be super complex, and just to make sure you have a tool like Clarity installed as early as possible, so all the traffic that comes through, you can actually see what they're doing, and that literally then tells you kind of what your next steps are in solving the problem. So yeah, that really is kind of the main long-term fix, and probably the most stable fix for all the problems with the lead gen forms on the platform. And this principle does apply to the other advertising platforms. If you're advertising on LinkedIn, on Google, rather than using forms directly on the platform, build out your own landing page. Again, it doesn't need to be anything particularly special to start with. Just make sure that you have a really clear header, who it is you serve, the problem that you solve, and what that solution actually is, and then a contact form. And it's coming off the back of an ad, so the ad already has kind of informed on everything, but this is just kind of secondary reinforcement, really, through the copy on your landing page. And you can just take what the messaging is from the ad, and just apply that to a landing page. And then VSLs are also very good. VSLs, again, you can go super high production. You can have really nice motion graphics, really nice editing, really cinematic feeling, and just high end, which for some businesses that is definitely going to be required from the get-go. And yeah, it's just a sales video. Just sell the product, sell the pain points, sell the solution, and the impact of that solution, what that does for the person specifically who'd be using the tool, as well as then what it does for the company in a commercial sense. How much time does it free up to go into other tasks that could improve margin, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, basically build a landing page. That is the main takeaway from this entire video. If you're suffering lead gen form issues, build a landing page, send people there. Make sure you've got a tool like Clarity installed. I would literally just use Clarity. It's free. And yeah, optimize away and build, own your own lead gen forms, basically. And that's going to be the most sensible route for everyone. And especially if you're a larger company or you're aspiring to scale, yeah, this is something that you need to own yourself, and definitely something you don't want to be relying on these platforms. You need any additional help with diagnosing your ad campaign's performance, seeing what's working, seeing what's not, and coming up with some practical solutions and next steps, then there is a link at the very top of the description below this video where you can book a call with myself and we can literally go through that, have a look to see what's going on, etc., etc. So yeah, take care everyone. Have a great rest of the day.